Throwing on the first play is Corral. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Alontae Taylor. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback because he went into it. He saw the numbers we saw. He watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be. But early in this one, advantage defense.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. On play action, Winston. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
And we're going to see this offense try and spread the field a little bit and utilize the outside third of the field, especially against man coverage. But that time, the defense was up to the task, forcing the incompletion.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. The kick by Lutz is good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Carolina. I don't think you can get any more efficient or tidy, whatever word you want to use than that, man. One play, 75 yards, end zone.
Yeah, efficient, tidy, excellent words. How about explosive? 75 yards, one play. That means everyone handled their assignment, doesn't it? It doesn't just mean that the defense broke down. They really executed the way that was drawn up on the whiteboard. Big-time play, big-time result.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Jameis to throw it. He's going to air one out. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try to throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
On 3rd down, Winston. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
The Saints had 2-1 now to start the campaign, and they were looking good until last week's loss took them from the ranks of the unbeaten.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was expecting this team to push the 72 Dolphins, but still, you got to take a lot of positives from this first month. If they can bounce back and move to 3-1, they'll be pretty well set up for the remainder of the season to follow.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now Winston. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown.
Coaches preach all the time about opportunities and taking advantage of them, and he did exactly that. I used to have a coach tell us all the time, a lost opportunity is never regained. Well, no regrets here. He picked that one off and took it to the house.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game.
Panthers 14. Saints 3.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
At their own 13-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Winston. On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he's going to be taken down right at the line.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
It's now 3rd and 4.
Now Winston. He gets this one to Johnson.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On 1st and 10, Winston. Here's Johnson with a reception.
He's got room at the 30, and he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll throw again. Winston throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a 4.
10 yards on the pickup.
Winston to give. It's Kamara.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Brings up 3rd down.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And this time he is in.
Alvin Kamara with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Saints have got it back to within a score.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Corral sets up play action. Oh, and that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
They approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one. Ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
On 3rd down, Corral.
And that is incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Meanwhile, on the NFL scoreboard, a game going on in Chicago. And the Bucs are out to an early lead. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partners, a former defensive.
And this throw will be intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it.
And the Panthers are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance. He's helping his team in a huge way.
First and 10 for the Panthers as Corral gets him set at the 20. They'll begin this series with a give to Hubbard.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Corral on second down. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Give him 18. It's a Carolina first down. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
14, Saints 10.
Here's Corral on first down. That pass complete to Moore. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
84 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Corral here working from the gun.
And his throw is incomplete. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, ball's out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
Corral from the gun on third down. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. And the Saints are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching the bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. In motion left here, one of their tight ends. They go play action. Winston. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Panthers are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Straight ahead with Hubbard.
And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. Eluding the pressure right. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
That's good for a Saints. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Off the play fake, Winston. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Winston.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
A partner guaranteed. They approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Third and long for Winston. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Panthers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you mentioned the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the 1st half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, and instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
They'll send the tight end in motion.
Corral sets up play action. He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And, partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. And he's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
On first down, it's Corral. That caught by Tremble. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and he passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for this with Hubbard.
He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Fourth down, Corral looking to throw it. Open man left side, it's the tight end Trimble.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
Well, they already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling play.
He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
First down, Winston. Over the middle, into the hands of Michael Thomas.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
To throw, Winston. This will be caught at about the 5. He'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 5-yard line.
No, he didn't spike it. He faked it. And Winston lost the football. But fortunately, the Saints were able to hold on to it, so they will indeed keep possession.
We hear them discuss red zone efficiency a lot, CD, and they almost gave that one up in the red zone. Luckily, they'll have another shot.
And you and I both know that every offensive coordinator, play caller in the league, they take particular delight in their red zone calls because those are the payoff ones. But you can't call a play if your team doesn't have the ball. Got to secure it.
Now Winston on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Saints do decision to go for it backfires. And the Panthers will get the football back. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Saints going to go on offense first, and they trail here as we begin quarter number 3. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start with a give to Kamara. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. Buying time to his left. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards the pickup there. He was out there waving his arms. And when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Winston now to throw on 1st down. Looking deep downfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, good for a Saints 1st down. 1st downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game. Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. The 1st down throw for Winston. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That 2nd down play nets a -4.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts, because he definitely needs some assistance.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Winston. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
A 53-yard attempt.
The kick by Lutz is good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Here's Corral on 1st down. There's Trimble, the tight end.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Corral with it on 1st down.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
And he still doesn't have a catch. We're into the second half. I think it's a little bit of a surprise to me, but that was one he should have caught.
Absolutely. That was his best opportunity right there. He dropped it.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard.
And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
The 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Moore, the man in motion. On 3rd down, here's Corral.
Wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown, Panthers.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked to his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Winston.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement
but it appears to me that he might be a little bit through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
5 yards remain on second down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Play fake. Winston. This is caught. It's Hardy. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A gain there of 21 yards.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On 1st and 10, Winston. And now here's another interception.
Jeremy Chin picks it off. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football.
Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Moore, the man in motion. On 2nd and 7.
Corral. This is Chenault on the receiving end.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
First down. Here's Corral with it. It's caught. It's Chenault again.
And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10. Again, it's Corral.
For Marshall, that's complete. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st. Third down, Corral.
And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So that potentially a turning point here in this 3rd quarter. A 2-score lead down the run now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Deliver and accept it. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Following the interception, Winston. And it's intercepted at the goal line. It's Shaq Thompson here with a pick. And that is going to do it. for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Lutz now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now this fourth quarter becoming very interesting. That pick six makes this a one-score game. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how aggressive they choose to be. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Corral with it. First down here. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
A truly all-around great effort against the pass today. First an interception, now getting to the quarterback for the first time in this contest. I think offensively, they just forgot to prepare for him or simply overlooked him in getting ready for this one. Either way, a big mistake, and he's making them pay for it.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
Open man, Parham. He's got him. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Now a give. It's Hubbard going left. And some space here. 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. Chuba Hubbard with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Panthers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead.
Makes the score Panthers 31, Saints 19.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 56 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run it again with Kamara. And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Kamara up the middle. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
On play action, Winston. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints.
Chris Olave,
His 4th touchdown on the year.
and the Saints have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Lutz with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Pulls it in at the 13. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
First down 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the 4th quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at the earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
It's a room to maneuver. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30.
Another first down there as this one goes for 25.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Play action, Corral.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Moore, the man in motion. Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Corral. Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Hubbard.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
And that's certainly an important touchdown there. It makes this a 2-score game.
But as we've seen, no lead is safe in this one with the way these two offenses have lit up the scoreboard. I would imagine that on their sidelines, they're both yelling at their defenses, hey, you want to get involved here? One big play from you, that can win the game for us.
Send this one away. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40.
Winston and the Saints now with a 1st and 10
at the 41-yard line. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the
They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. They fight, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, New Orleans.
Alvin Kamara
with career touchdown number 91. He joins a group that includes Tony Dorsett and Isaac Bruce, among others.
And the Saints are back within a score.
They do tack on the extra point as well. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers, anyone who's going to lay down a block. Don't let there be penetration because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit, a quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Now we get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
A give up the middle, Hubbard.
It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Corral to throw it. That caught by Trimble. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And this defense, they needed that one more stop to have any chance, but that completion, that's likely going to seal their fate.
And you could hear it in your voice, that one more stop.
I feel their pain.
Oh, it was so important. They just didn't get it done. Wow, what a way to finish this one off.
202 yards for him on the ground now and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's second and 3.
Right back to Hubbard.
And he's got room. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty.
They'll give this to Hubbard running right.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type.
Going zone and get it going Donkey Kong. They got the hand dollar, will you give a dog a bone? I'm like, oh, no, you gotta get it on your own. They get an attitude, I'm like, you better check your tone. They ain't got no job, need someone to take her home. I hop up in the car, whip like Indiana Jones. Going George Lucas, now I'm out here killing clones.